Hello ladies and gentlemen, BigDamnArtist here again as usual, and welcome back to another map making tutorial here in Minecraft. Today we're going to be doing a basic introduction to the scoreboard. When I tried finding some resources and stuff to learn scoreboards, I did not find a lot. Most of them were like German or mute or were just completely indecipherable through horrible audio, which is just not really of use to anyone. A lot of them were also just very simple, like, you know, do this, do this, do this, and then you have a thing! Hooray! Which is great, but that really only shows you how to make, like, that one thing, and doesn't really give you a lot of the concepts behind what's going on there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys a basic groundwork on how the scoreboard works, what it can do, and then finally we'll round it off by showing you guys just a couple of practical examples of what you can do to put the concept stuff that I'm going to show you guys into practice. Obviously, this isn't going to be any sort of exhaustive lesson in scoreboards because that video would be many hours long. Just take a look at some of the stuff that Sethbling is doing right now. But it is meant to give you guys just a basic understanding of how the scoreboard works, its various components, and how they interact. So, let's get started, shall we? So to start, the term scoreboard, quote-unquote, is really a bit of a misnomer. Well, you can use it to keep score and use it as, you know, a scoreboard, quote-unquote. It's really so much more powerful than that. It's so much more powerful than the name implies. So the first thing I had to do when I was trying to learn all of this was really drop that idea of it just being, you know, a scoreboard and sort of adapt it onto a couple of other paradigms, I guess. Wow, pulling out the A-list words there. But that's what I had to do. So what actually is the scoreboard then? The scoreboard is composed of 4 parts. There's objectives, players, teams, and scores. So let's start with the first one. Objectives. Objectives are easiest to think about as containers. They are a way to group players by a criteria. A criteria is a single data point that you're pulling information from. This will make more sense as we go along, but that's basically the easiest way to think about it. It's just objectives are containers that hold groups of players and the information directly attached to them. Like I said, the criteria, there's a couple different criterias that you can use. One that comes in very, very handy is the dummy, but there's also a ton of game-controlled criteria. So there's 5 main types. There's the trigger, which you don't need to worry about right now because even I don't fully understand that one. Death count, which is just counting the deaths of the player involved. The player kill count, which is the number of player kills by the player in question. The total kill count, the total number of kills by the player in question. And the health, which is the health of the player in question. That one's fairly straightforward. There's also a ton of other more complicated and complex ones that you can do a lot more intricate stuff with, but we're not going to worry about them right now because that's way above our pay grade right now. So moving on to the next part. Players. Players, as the name would imply, are directly connected to players, like me and you and other people who log on to the game. However, players can also refer to fictional nulls, which, if that makes no sense to you, just go with me here. In visual effects, we have the term null. Basically what null applies to is a point in 3D space that we can reference to and pull data from and use to control other things, but it doesn't actually exist. It's just this concept that lives in space that we can use in concert with other things. So you can create null players, which are basically players that don't actually exist, like they're not actually linked to like you or me or anything like that. They just kind of exist there to be a thing that we can assign a value to. So just kind of go with me on that. As we get into the practical examples, that should become clearer. The next part of the scoreboard is the teams. The teams are a way to group players that isn't directly related to a criteria, like the objective. So if you remember in objectives, they're containers to hold, to group players by a specific criteria. Teams are just a way to group players regardless of their criteria. Hopefully that all makes sense. And then scores are just the data value assigned to the players within the individual objectives. Everybody got that? Nobody? Good. Okay, moving on. Let's do some stuff here. So we're gonna hop into Minecraft here, and I'll show you guys some practical examples, and we'll set some stuff up and have some fun. Okay, so we are here in a super flat world. We've got all the space in the world to do whatever we want with. So to start off here, I'm going to show you guys how to make a very straightforward, very basic scoreboard. You know what? Start with the classic. Okay, so first up, we need to decide what kind of scoreboard we want to make. Do we want it to be counting mob kills, player kills, team kills, all that kind of stuff? I'm just going to make a really straightforward player kill counter right now. So, you know, I kill another player, I get a point. They kill me, they get a point. Fairly straightforward, easy to do. So the very first step to do this is going to be to set up an objective for player kill count. And to do that, all we do is we go scoreboard. I'm pressing tab to autocomplete. So scoreboard, objectives, add. So as we go along here, you'll start to really pick up the structure of these commands. But basically for scoreboard, you're always going to want to put scoreboard first for anything having to do with the scoreboard. Then objectives is the next sort of limiter, I guess, to go in. Add, we're going to add a new objective, excuse me. And then we're going to call it kill count. So this is the internal name. This is the name that Minecraft is going to refer to it as. And we're going to call it, or we're going to label it as player kill count. That is the type of criteria. Note the capitalization, lowercase, uppercase. That's very important. Minecraft does take that into account, and it won't work if you screw up the capitalization. So, player kill count is basically telling Minecraft that for this objective, I want you to automatically pull the player kill count and use that as the data value for this objective. Okay? And then, at the very end here, we can add a external name, which is the name that it's going to be displayed as to the outside world, basically. Okay, so we're going to call it kills, because this is going to be our scoreboard. So then we hit enter. So we created the new objective kill count successfully. Hooray! As you can see, we aren't actually seeing anything yet. That's one of the things you're going to have to get used to about scoreboards. A lot of it is just internal mechanics that you're just kind of having to piece together and, you know, sort of remember what's going on. There are a couple things that you can do. Basically, if we go here, we go scoreboard objectives list, enter. You can see there we've got kill count, displays as kills, and is type player kill count. And as you add more and more objectives, they'll start showing up in that list. So you can see all the objectives you've got in there. Makes it relatively easy to make sure that whatever you did just actually worked. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up the sidebar. So we're going to go scoreboard, objectives, set display, sidebar, kill count. And I can just autocomplete all that because I've only got one objective in there, so it just automatically fills in the objective name. Kill count. So, do that. So now, what we've done is we've set up the sidebar, which is going to be over here, which if you've played Minecraft at all and you've played, you know, mini games or whatever, that's what this thing is. That's what that's called. That's the sidebar, where everything shows up in here. There are other areas that you can put information, but we're not going to deal with those right now. So, technically, okay, so we've told Minecraft, okay, we want you to show kill count over here, but it's not doing anything. Why is it not doing anything? I think I broke it. No. Okay, what's going on is that no data has been inputted into the system yet. So it doesn't know to put it up there yet because nothing's happened. You know, it's just kind of there. It's not really doing anything. So what we need to do is we need to go scoreboard, players. We'll use me. BigDamnArtist. There we go. And we'll set. Oh, that's why. Silly BDA. Still getting this wrong. Set BigDamnArtist on kill count to be 0. There we go. So I just basically updated the system by saying I have no kills. That's all I did. And I mean, like, if I wanted to, I could come in here and say, I have 5 kills. I have 50 kills. But that's kind of not what we're doing right now. So I've just told the system, okay, we're updated. I have 0 kills. I'm being shown up on the scoreboard. You can see there we've got kills. That's the external name that we put in there. Great, everything's good. We are doing all right. So, the next thing that we're going to have to do here is we need to make some teams. Because, you know, what's a PvP thing without teams? So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go scoreboard, teams this time, because we're dealing with teams. We're going to go add red team. Add is fairly straightforward. Red team is, again, the internal name, which is the name that we're going to refer to it as with all of our commands. And then we're going to call this one team Fuchsialicious. That's totally spelled wrong, I imagine. But it doesn't matter. It's an external name. It doesn't really matter. It could be spelled however we want it to. So, we've added red team. Great. Let's add a... Whoa, that's not what I want to do. Let's add scoreboard, teams, add... We'll add blue team, because, you know, stick with the classics. Actually, you know what? Let's call it green team. Shake things up a little bit. Okay, so teams, add green team, and let's go team jungle avocados. Boom. Green team. We have red and green. It's getting close-ish to Christmas, right? That's the thing. Okay. So, we now have 2 teams. So we can go scoreboard, teams, list, and there we go. We have Team Fuchsialicious. Wow, that's going to be hard to say. And Team Jungle Avocados in red and green, respectively. Everything is funkidore and motoring right along. So, right now, both of these teams are white as far as display. Like, there's no color attached to them. But, you know, we want to make sure that people can really tell who's on individual teams. So we're going to add a color to them. So what we're going to do is, I just need to scroll down my notes here. There we go. There we are. Hello. All right, so let's go scoreboard. Teams, again, because this is a team option. Option. Red team, team name. Like I said, that's the internal name. That's the name we're going to refer to it as in all of our commands. And we're going to go color. And we'll just color this one red. Like so. So there we go. Now, red team is called, or is colored red. If you go to the scoreboard commands page on the Minecraft wiki, you can get a list of all the different colors and how you spell them and all that fun stuff. I think there's 16 different teams, team colors. So, you can have up to 16 different colors, but, you know. Anyways, moving on. So we're going to go with green team. And again, I'm just hitting up arrow to go to my last command last thing that I entered. If you didn't know that about Minecraft, you can do that. And so we're going to go green team, color green, and boom, green team is now green. So that is all set up. Now, one thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go in and make this user-friendly. You know, because that's the thing, you know, if we're going to be doing this, you want to make it, you know, playable and doing all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go give me a command block. Beauty. So I'm going to go boop, boop, and boop, boop. And I'm going to give myself one of these and one of these. Okay, so I said we got what? We got red team. So let's give myself one of these. And we got green team. So this is going to be for red team. And that's going to be for green team. So, to make this super simple, we want to have... What I'm doing here is I'm making team selection, if you didn't catch on to that. So what we want to do is we want to go scoreboard, teams, I think it's teams, teams, join is the one. So, yep, join BigDamnArtist. Oh no, join team. Okay, I'm gonna join red team. Hooray. So now you can see my name in the sidebar here has turned red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that command that we just did, put that in here, except for this, I'm going to use a variable selector. So what this does is at P, will choose the closest player to wherever that command is being activated. So in this case, it's the closest player to this command block, which naturally is going to be whoever steps on the pressure plate and activates the command block. Hooray! So that's all you need. So then we're just going to do the same thing over here, except we're going to have them join green team at P. So now if I hop on here, boop, I'm on green team! I'm on red team! I'm on green team! I'm on red team! I'm on red team! I'm on green team! You get the idea. So that's how that works, and then if we want to make one where they just don't have any team, do this, do that, and I believe it is scoreboard teams leave at P. Yep. Do that, copy that, paste it in there. So let's join green team, hooray! And I leave the team, and I join red team, and then I leave the team. Everything's working great! Hooray! You have a fully established and absolutely gorgeous, if I might add, player team selection. Hooray! Look at that, you guys. We did something. So that's pretty cool. So now all we need is another player. So let's bring another player in here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like you to welcome Maul to the episode. Hello down there, Maul. Yes, I see you. Hello. How you doing? So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have Maul join. Which team do you want, buddy? He doesn't know. Go join red team. Okay, come on. No, go. Get. Hey, there we go. Okay, so Maul's joined red team. As you can see, his name is red right there. So I'm gonna join red team or green team. Sorry, like so. And then I'm going to give myself a sword. Give myself a sword. I might as well give him a sword too. Yeah. Go get your sword, Maul. Yep, there we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go, dude. Yeah. You see, you got a weapon. Ooh, yeah. He's very happy about that. All right. So now all I have to do is kill him. And there we go. And I got a kill. Oh, that's feeling good. Where'd you respawn, buddy? Where'd you? Oh, you're over there. Well, come. What are you doing way over here? Stupid respawn point. Okay, so as you can see, the scoreboard. Yeah, hello. I still see you down there. I'm not gonna kill you. How about that? Yeah, that sounds like good. That sounds like good. That sounds, yeah, okay. Well, I lied. Yep. So, sorry about that. Yep. Alright, so as you can see, I've now got 3 kills on my scoreboard, which is good. I'm not gonna let Maul kill me. Are you kidding? We'll give him a pity point. Scoreboard, players, set Maul 2 on total, or what I call it, kill count to 0. There we go. There you go. He gets a pity set score to show up on the scoreboard there. That's all you get, buddy. That's all you get, because I hate you. All right then. So as you can see, we have a fully functioning scoreboard here. That's going to count all your team kills, or all your player kills, and display them to you on the sidebar. Hooray! See, that wasn't too hard. Alright, so next up, let's move on to something a little bit more complicated. So let's say you wanted to include a round timer for your PvP game that we just built here, that is stunning and glorious. How would you do that? Well, let's go find out! Because this is a tutorial, that's kind of what we do. So, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a null player. If you guys remember me talking about that, remember, visual effects null, point in space, fictional thing that holds information. That's what we're going to make. So what we're going to do is we're going to go scoreboard, players, set, and we're going to call him timer, and we're going to add him to kill count, which is, remember, this thing over here, internally that's called kill count. Just remember that. So kill count 0. So there we go. Now we have a dude called Timer, just sitting there on the thing. He doesn't really match up to any specific player. He's just there chilling out being a null, because nulls are useful. So now we need to make the clock part of the clock. So what we're going to do is we are going to, again, I'm going to give myself a command block. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up this. So we're going to put down a command block. We're going to go scoreboard players test. This is the new one. Timer kill count 1 to 100. Okay, so what this command block is doing is that it's scoreboard players, so we're in the player realm of commands. Test. What this is going to do is it's going to, every time this command block is activated, it's going to ping basically a specific player in a specific objective to see if their score is between the min and max values. So we've got here test, which is the command. Timer is the player name, which remember, that's the null player that we created. Kill count is the objective. And the 1 and 100 is the min and max. So as long as the timer is within, or the timer score is within 1 to 100, whenever this command block is activated, it's going to put out an output. Now, if that makes absolutely no sense, I don't blame you, because it's very confusing, and with the way that this thing is kind of structured, I have to do it a little bit backwards. Just roll with me here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoreboard players set timer to 0 on kill count. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to set him to like 50. There we go. So, I have added 50 seconds to the timer clock. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a button here. So, I activated that. So what it did is it pinged that null player and says, oh, okay, 50, which is the number of points that that null player has, is between 1 to 100, which is the min and max that I set. So it put out an output, which you can pull with a comparator. So every time, pro tip. Every time a command block is activated, if the output is true, it's going to output a signal with a comparator. That's fairly straightforward, I would hope. And I hope that makes sense. So we do that. And then we're going to do one of these. And then I'm going to have to grab one of these, and I think that's everything I need. So, excellent. So we have that. That is going to, every time that's activated, it's going to ping that null player and test whether or not the score is between the min and max, which is good. That's excellent starting point. Now, what we need to wait is for the timer to actually count down, which is where things get a little bit more tricky. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a comparator clock, which is one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, do that. So what's going on here is I have a comparator set to subtract mode, which means that the redstone torch at the end is turned on, because normally comparators look like that, but then you right-click them and they turn on into subtract mode. And then I've got a comparator here set to 4 ticks, sorry, and going around. And basically what happens is whenever there's an input going into the side of this comparator, it's turning off and then turning back on again, which is just causing this to endlessly loop, because this signal coming in from the back is stronger. I don't actually know how comparators work a lot. Basically all I know is this works and it makes roughly a 1-second counter. So that's all you really need to know, because that's all I know, and it works. So, welcome to tutorial land. Alright, so that's that. So this is giving us a 1-second clock. So this is going to tick every 1 second. It's going to put an output here every 1 second. You got it, you good. Okay, we're moving on. So what we're going to have this do is we're going to have this go into another command block. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this one scoreboard. Players, remove, or is it remove? I think it's... yes, it's remove. Remove. Trying to find my... Yes, players remove. Timer kill count 1. Okay. So what that's going to do is every time that's activated, it's going to remove a point from timer. So there you go. You can see it's counting down because this is a 1 second clock. It's roughly counting down every 1 second. There are volumes of literature built on trying to find a true 1 second counter in Minecraft. This is close enough for our purposes. We don't really need anything more accurate than this. It's just a very rough timer. It's approximately 1 second. So there we go. So this is just going to keep counting down until... well, this one's actually going to keep counting down forever because I have to build the next thing here. So this command block here is counting whether or not the timer value is between 1 and 100. However, we'll just watch it here. It goes 3, 2, 1, 0, -1. Okay, something's wrong. Something's wrong. What's going on? Stop the clock. No. Okay, so what's going on here? This confused me for the longest time when I was trying to figure this out. And it still confuses me every once in a while when I'm trying to figure something out and it doesn't work. Basically, command blocks only update whenever they're powered. So this, when it's activated, it goes, okay, yeah, look, it's 50. 50 is in the range of 1 to 100. Great, I'm activated. I am powered. I'm good to go. But then once that value changes, this doesn't. It just sits here and it's like, last time I checked, score was still 50. All power go. So what you need to do is you need to run a line here and tell it, okay, I need you to update again. Please, basically. And so then, okay, so then you see here, score -6 is not within 1 to 100. And then it stopped. It stopped, and because it was a false output, it stopped the power. So what we can do is we can go here, we can go scoreboard, players, set, timer, kill count to, let's go 50 again. There we go. And now you see, oh my god, it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. Why is it not doing? Okay, because again, this, it wasn't updated. We gotta update this. Guys, come on. We gotta update this. So, update. There we go. 50, 49, 47, 46, 45. There we go. So now it's counting down, and it's going to continue counting down. Let's just speed this up a little bit. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I probably should have sped this up a little bit more. 1. There, and it stopped. Okay. This is a bug that I found with this particular system. It's just a little weird because of where this is set up. I'm actually going to do this. I'm just going to put this over here. Oh, yeah, by the way, control middle clicking on a command block will copy it with the command intact. So you can just copy it that way. Make sure you get rid of it, though, because if you put too many of these things down and they've all got commands in them, things get really messed up. So I'm just going to try this again, because I think that's how I fixed it last time. And I need the button. Who's got a button? There we go. 2, 1. No, it's just a weird thing with the way this clock works and the lag between here and there. So what I did to fix it was I just did this. It's a total hack, but it works. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there we go. And then it stops at 0. I haven't fixed that actually properly yet, but it doesn't matter. It's good enough. It's good enough for the tutorial. Yeah, you got it. We got the concepts. We're good. Okay, moving on. Moving on, BDA. Moving on. All right. So we've got this. This is counting down to 0, but it's not. It's okay. Well, I mean, you know, if you wanted to, manually say round over whenever, you could do that. But I want to automate things a little bit more. So what I want to do is I want to have a system that will automatically put in the chat round over whenever it reaches 0, right? So we're going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down a command block there. We're going to go scoreboard, players, test, timer, kill count, 0, 0. So this is going to be testing whether timer is at 0, because the min max is supposed to 0. There's no range in between. It's when timer is 0, output a signal. So we're going to put a comparator there, and then we're going to put here, say at all round finished. Boom, there we go. And then we just hook this in here, so it's updating every tick as well. And so then let's try this. So let's go kill count 10, update the clock. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Why did you not say anything? Oh, right, that's why. See, you know, learning things all over the place. 3, okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Wait, what? Score 1. Okay, be delayed a little bit more. See, this is what bug fixing looks like, guys. There we go. So yeah, it's just you need a delay between when the clock finishes and when it's actually calculating 0, because with the way the clock works, there's just a weird little bit of delay. But no worries, you just incorporate it into the system and you're good to go. Alright, so there we go. So we have a round finished. It's telling us the round has been finished. So, to finish this up, the last thing we need is a round start button. Because, you know, inputting the command and then, like, putting the button here, it's like, it's all very complicated. We need something easier. We need something user-friendly. Ooh, jargon. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put a block here. This is going to be our round start block, so we're going to put a button on it. And then we're going to put this here, and then we're going to run a there, and then we're going to put that there just to block those command block redstone wires from connecting, because that would be bad. So what we can do here is we're going to put another command block right here. And what this one we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to go here, boom, copy. So these are going to be 10-second rounds. They're really, really short PvP rounds. Yeah, just go with it. So we push the button. This redstone line is going to activate. That's going to activate this command block, which is going to set the timer to 10. And then I'm just going to put a very short amount of delay between there. So that puts there, and then that activates this command block, updating it, which then causes the clock to start going. So let's see that in action. So boom, push, 10, clock starts, countdown goes, countdown, counting down, 4, 3, 2, 1, and round finished. There we go. Did anybody win? I don't know. I don't think anyone was fighting. Oh, well, what do you know? So, there we go. And just like that, guys, we have a working PvP scoring system. A very, very basic one. And a very, very basic clock that you guys can use to, you know, count down or count up. If you wanted to count up, all you'd have to do is you'd have to take this command block and go players add. Because then that'll start counting up until it reaches the upper. See, you can go 11, 12, 13. Let's set this to like 95. There we go, and keeps going up, keeps going up, keeps going up, till it reaches, I mean, again, there's a little bit of, it's not a perfect system, guys. This is just to give you guys example of how it could work. There's a lot of refining that you could do from here if you're actually going to use this. But just to give you guys the general idea. So, there we go. That's how we got it. Obviously, like I said, there's a million ways you can take this, expand on it, refine it, fix it, make it better, do more stuff with it. If you want to see some of the stuff that I'm doing and learn some more advanced stuff, you can go over and you can check out my map making series. Right now I'm working on the Cranky Craft Labyrinth, which is coming together nicely. And then after that, I'll surely be working on other maps. So you can go check that out here. And if you want to learn some more like scoreboard stuff on your own, and you can't really find a lot of good tutorials and stuff like I was, just do what I did. I will always recommend this. Go download some maps and just go rip them apart. When I was learning scoreboards, I ripped apart the building game and I ripped apart Blocks vs. Zombies, actually. And those were both really, really helpful and helped me pick up a lot of tips and, you know, sort of figure out the very basic mechanics. Although now that you guys have watched this, you don't need that. You got the basic mechanics. Aren't you guys feeling so smart for doing that? Let's see. What else did I want to say around here? I hope you guys learned something. I really, really do. I hope that this was worth it for you. And thank you guys for watching. Please leave in the comments if it did help you. If there's something you wanted to see that I didn't do, or something that I did do that you guys are just like, oh my god, BDA, just stop doing that. Definitely let me know. It very, very useful. I will say that much. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It really, 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 really does help me in the YouTube statistics and getting recognized and on all that kind of stuff, and bumped up in the recommended videos. And then subscribe if you guys want to see more videos and tutorials. I put out stuff mostly on a regular basis. You can also go check out my Patreon campaign if you want to more directly support me in what I'm doing. And I'll see you guys next time in whatever adventures we get up to next time. Bye, guys.